Good morning. Welcome to Pete's Garage. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of tidying up and troubleshooting on the 8.1 swap in my Suburban. Overall, everything is pretty good and the engine runs really well. It drives, it does really well, it shifts well, but there are a couple of little bugs that I need to take care of. The first one is I need to put a gasket between the transfer case and the transmission because it is leaking right at the joint. And I didn't realize that I needed a gasket because in Jeeps I've never had to use that, but in GM trucks apparently I do. So that's an easy fix. 6 nuts, separate it, put the gasket in, put it back together, it should be fine. And then I need to pull the dash bezel off and fix a ground that came loose when I was putting everything together. The gauges are kind of flaky. I've said it before, I never should have spent all that effort on creating the custom dash. I should have instead spent the money and bought the Dakota Digital. But hindsight. So if you're looking at what you're going to do for gauges on your LS swap or 8.1 swap on a square body, just bite the bullet and buy the Dakota Digital plug-in dash. You will be ahead of the game and save a lot of heartache. So, on to it. So this is actually turning out to be more of a pain in the butt than it was worth. The gauges are nice and I'm kind of, excited that I built my own cluster and it was really neat to do. But now I'm running through flaky power issues. And I obviously knocked something loose or have a bad wire or something because it's an intermittent power loss that is causing the gauges to constantly reset. And it's just driving me nuts. Again, I should have just held out because the amount of time and effort I've spent into putting this thing together would have made the $800 for the Dakota Digital plug-in dash worth it. So, lessons learned. So that pretty much wraps it up on the Vortec 8.1 swap in my Squarebody Suburban. At this point, it's pretty well done. It's a driver. I'm actually going to drive it to work tomorrow and kind of give it a long-term road test. And I'm going to tow my Jeep up to the mountains in 2 weeks, and we'll see how it does. I think it'll be all right. It's not 100% yet. You know, it still needs minor things. It needs an exhaust. It needs, the speedometer needs to be calibrated. I have a small leak on the timing cover that I need to fix. One of the seals didn't seal right, so I'll fix that. But overall, it's a great running truck now, and fires every time, and it runs great on the road. So that's done. Next up, transmission in the OBS. The 700 R4 is completely blown. It has first and reverse, and that's it. It won't shift. So I'm pretty sure when I took the valve body apart, something went wrong, and all those valves were stuck anyway, and I think they all restuck. Something catastrophically bad happened inside there. So I'm going to take it all the way apart. I have a new valve body, I have a new torque converter, I have a new separator plate. I'm just going to, I have a complete transmission rebuild kit for it, and I'm just going to take the whole entire thing apart and make everything new. What else are you going to do, right? So, that's the fun for next weekend.